regarding Joe Biden. When you looked at the question of whether the videos being played largely in conservative media that showed apparent cognitive decline of the president, what conclusion did you reach in fact checker about those videos?
Well, you're talking about when he supposedly meandered off to talk to the parachutists.
Yeah.
So that fact check was looking specifically at how that video was being portrayed
Correct.
on news sites.
Yes, sir.
And what we did was we went and got the full video and the full context, because it looked like the way it was cut, and particularly distributed by the RNC, it looked like Joe Biden was wandering off, and it didn't show him talking to parachuters. What we showed was that he was talking to parachuters.
Yeah.
And I have said this before, fact checks are a complement to the news coverage, not a supplement.
Yes, sir.
So in the overall context of the Washington Post coverage, we had coverage about, was he too old? We had columnists saying he shouldn't be running again. And that fact check was specifically about that video distributed by the RNC and how
understand. But the power of the Pinocchios and the power of the fact check, when you write that, people say that and say the Washington Post is saying that video is not reflective of Joe Biden's cognitive decline. That's what people take from that. They do. They do, Glenn, they do. You know the power that you had in that job. So do you think the Washington Post, how would you rate the job the Washington Post did in covering Joe Biden's, not his age, not whether David Ignatius thought he should run again, but how good a job would you say the Post did in covering the reality of Joe Biden's cognitive decline?
I would say, so there was a lot of effort to produce a story that would look very carefully at what seemed to be a cognitive decline. It never came together because we couldn't get enough people on the record.